welcome. My name is Heather, also known as CJ. I'm CJ's Wigs over on Instagram. Today we're going to be looking at this exquisite piece, also by the name of Heather, by Newtimes Hair. They sell directly to wholesalers, distributors, shops, and salon owners. So if you're an individual looking for this piece, go ahead and get in contact with Newtimes Hair directly and they'll point you in the right direction. As soon as I unboxed this wig, I thought it was one of the most beautiful colors I've seen across brands, so I'm super excited to try her on with you today. Here we go. Guys, this is straight out of the box with no styling. The cap is super comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that a little bit later on in the video. Be sure and check out my timestamps below if you wanna skip ahead to anything at all. We already have a little bit of layering in here. You could always do some more layering for your clients. This hairline is absolutely gorgeous. You can do additional plucking if they desire. This is such a beautiful neutral color from what I can see. You might hear the odd shriek of enjoyment from my children in the background. Apologies in advance. I'm going to be going over some of my very favorite ways to increase the longevity of a human hair wig. Consider screen recording any part of this video, or you can share the link with your client. Helping your client to increase the longevity of their piece is a great gift. The hairline and scalp on this piece are absolutely stunning. As I said before, you can go ahead and pluck further if your client desires. I showed you one of my favorite half up, half down styles on my last video, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. I wasn't able to get it right outside. I had to go in and use the mirror. I'm going to see if I can do it this time. So basically just make a little loop with your ponytail and then flip it under. I usually leave it just like this, but if I'm feeling fancy, I'll put a decorative claw clip in. This one's from Target. A lot of times when people are new to wig wearing, it feels really awkward, so helping them to see that doing a hairstyle like they used to do on their bio hair or how they've always wanted to do can be really helpful and ease the mind. This is actually one of the most comfortable caps that I've come across. These silicone strips that you see running across are great if you don't have hair. They're very grippy, but they're also fine for people with hair. They don't tug or snag. I'm telling you, the base of this cap is an absolute masterpiece of craftsmanship. It's made of handmade double-layered lace that looks realistic and is very breathable. Now we're gonna head into my bathroom and pop the wig on a blockhead. I wanted to encourage you to use these regular little pins instead of the T-pins that come with blockheads. The diameter on these T-pins is a bit too large and will damage your lace over time. So I like to do the majority of my styling on the blockhead. I just find that it's easier. Sometimes what I'll do is leave the front sections undone and then put the wig on my head and do those to my face shape so it looks right. You can do the same thing with your client to save some time. Just to get a bit of lift and to keep the hair out of my face, this is what I like to do. I just pin the front section back, add a little heat, and then wait till it cools to let it down. I couldn't find the specific blow dryer attachment for my hair dryer, so I'm just using the air that comes out the side of the brush attachment. That's what I'm doing here. Thought I'd show you this beauty in my husband's truck so you can get some car lighting on this color. Next, I wanted to teach you one of the gentlest ways I've found to wash wigs. Taking the time to learn this technique will increase the longevity of your piece by pretty much eliminating the incidence of wash through. That's when the hairs wash through to the other side of the cap and they just cannot be recovered. Since Heather is a human hair wig, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of shampoo into a half a cup of water, and I'm going to do the same thing with the conditioner. It's going to be a half a cup of water to 2 tablespoons of conditioner. Now replace the lids on your sprayer bottles and give them a good shake. I only had these 32-ounce sprayer bottles, but if you have smaller ones, that'll be even easier for you. This step isn't always necessary, but I'm going to just show you in case your hair is a little bit dry sometimes. You can spray the conditioner first on the ends, not on the cap, and leave it for a few minutes. The reason that we don't want to get any conditioner on the knots or we don't want to soak the wig is because those knots are very delicate, and when they are soaked or they get conditioner on them, they can gently open up and those hairs can release, and we don't want that to happen. And after that, you take your shampoo bottle and start spraying down the wig. When it comes to the shampoo, you spray inside and outside, all over, get it really clean. I always like to encourage wig wearers and people who work on wigs to buy a book called Wig Life by Jason Archer. It is packed full of information on how to care for wigs, and I have Jason to thank for this great method that helps support the longevity of your piece. I know this video playback is at supersonic speed, but go ahead and be extra careful with that delicate lace front. Now I'm going to make sure that my cap is turned inside out and use a cup or small pitcher to pour water through the cap. Over time, the pressure from your faucet is really going to do damage to those delicate knots, so a cup or a pitcher is your best option. Just make sure that your cap is inside out throughout this entire process. That'll just ensure that no hairs fall through the other way. I just wanted to quickly mention that if you caught my previous video, you'll know that I take the time to thoroughly research the companies I agree to collaborate with, and Newtimes Hair is an outstanding, integrity-driven company, and upon receiving this wig, I was absolutely impressed with the overall quality, and now with washing it, it is holding up really well. No hairs are falling out. It's looking really good. Now place your clean wig on your second clean towel and start spraying those ends with your conditioner spray. As I said before, avoid the cap when it comes to conditioner. It is wise to condition your knots from time to time, and Jason does go over that in his book, but right now I'm just going over the basic wash method that you would do on a regular basis. When you're done working that through, just like before, we're going to gently pour some water over. I end up doing this quite a few times just to make sure all the product is out. We're done. We just set our clean wig on our third clean towel, give it a good dry. The heat protectant I've been using lately goes on while it's wet, but if yours is a spray that you put on after, you can skip what I'm doing here. To dry, I just like laying mine flat because when I hang mine upside down, it gives way too much volume in my opinion, but if that's what you're into, go ahead and do that. I love the gentle wave this wig has when it dries naturally. It's so pretty. So I just wanted to quickly show you how I put my hair up under my wig if you do have a client with long hair like myself. Putting a wig cap over your hair if there's oil is a great idea so it doesn't come in contact with your knots. All you're going to need to do this are 2 relatively big clips or 4 smaller clips. So this is going to be the point where your client's going to put on their wig cap if they're going to be wearing one. Let your client know it's not about perfection. This is going to be under their wig so nobody's going to see it. To put a wig on, let them know to hold the nape, having the lace front toward them, closest to their body, and they just dive right in. Put that lace right on the forehead and then tuck the hair under. flip over, and we're gonna adjust by the ear tabs. We never wanna touch that lace front. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Go ahead and check out the description below for more info on this beautiful piece, Heather. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel and send me a comment so we can get to know each other. Have a good one.